They got a plan on it. Who gave one to the man?
Check. And your halftime statistics, Tuskegee University 21, Alabama State 14. First downs, Tuskegee 8, Alabama State 7. Your rushing yards, Tuskegee rushed 24 times for 44 yards, Alabama State 13 times for 52 yards. Passing yards, Tuskegee had 125, Alabama State 73. Tuskegee was 5 for 8 in passes to Alabama State 3 for 10. Total offensive plays, Tuskegee 32 offensive plays for 169 yards, Alabama State 23 for 125 yards. There were no interceptions in the first half. Tuskegee punted twice for an average of 30 yards, Alabama State 4 times for an average of 27.8 yards. Tuskegee lost 1 fumble, and Tuskegee was penalized 7 times for 51 yards, Alabama State 11 times for 58 yards. Tuskegee held the ball for 17 minutes and 35 seconds, Alabama State 12 minutes and 25 seconds. Some of our individual leaders for Tuskegee: rushing, Chad Williams, 12 rushes for 43 yards, Severin Zachary, 5 for 14 yards, and the passing, Aaron James had 5 for 8 passes. Kylan Kimball had 3 receptions for a total of 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sam Brown had 2 receptions for 8 yards. And for our kick returns, Roosevelt Williams had 1 for 39 yards. Frank Walker 1 for 15. Jeffrey Stanton had 2 punt returns for a total of 15 yards. That's your first time Tuskegee halftime statistics.
Second half about to begin here. Tuskegee leading 21-14. Tuskegee. Alfonso Benitez will be receiving. Returning kick for Alabama State. Tuskegee be clicking off. What was that?
Well, as we spoke the whole first half, we talked about field position. And interestingly enough, Alabama State has been penalized for the extensive halftime celebration. So Jason Lee will now be kicking off from the Tuskegee 45-yard line instead of the 35-yard line. So already a break for Tuskegee, and let's see if Jason Lee can go ahead and kick this ball through the upright and push Alabama State back to their own 20-yard line.
Yes, the infraction already here. Before plays even begun, but we're now beginning. Tuskegee, in a sense, kicking off from the 45-yard line, and much better chance to put that ball in the end zone. Prevent a run back. One of Alabama State.
Excellent chance here for Tuskegee to pin Alabama State back. Let's see what they can do here. Jason Lee. It won't take much.
And the kick is away.
It's low.
And it's low and gathered in by State at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line, forced out of bounds by Tuskegee.
Well, I don't know if that's what he was told to do, what he was coached to do, but he obviously kicked that ball extremely low. And had he really put a good boot behind it, I felt he had an excellent chance to put it in the end zone, but Alabama State still at the 25-yard line is a lot better than their starting position in the first half when they were starting at the Tuskegee 40-yard line, and the Tuskegee 45-yard line when they did get the 2 touchdown drives.
State first and 10 at those 25-yard line, first series of plays. Kennedy, a little quick out, pass is complete, caught. Alabama State man running along the sideline and forced out.
Believe it or not, Jock, we've got a flag already.
Oh, do we? Already the yellow
came from the back.
into the picture. Well, that's
maybe holding.
Calling against the Golden Tigers already here. Yes, the second half has begun. Indication is against Tuskegee.
So that's an illegal substitution. I'm not sure.
Still waiting for the official rule as to why the infraction is posed against the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee is penalized for substitution infraction. Substituted infraction. Dennis knew that signal. He called it exactly right. Now, State Tuskegee wasn't even set in on the offense. They let the plays begin.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Jock. Like I said before, when it was time for Alabama State to punt, they had an extensive amount of time to get the punt off. But now when Tuskegee's defense is not set, the referee says, let's go ahead and snap it. So it's another situation where Tuskegee's not getting their fair crack, their fair shot at this. But we got an injured player down on the field for Alabama State. Seems to be our first injury of the game. Hopefully it'll be our last as well.
Yeah, the play has been halted here due to an injury, and this Alabama State player being assisted up now. Looks like they're attempting to assist him up.
He does sit up straight, which is always a good sign. Number 5 for Alabama State is Andre George Ward, 5'10", 200-pound junior out of Los Angeles. And perhaps he just got the wind knocked out of him as he sprints off the field.
Second and 2, Alabama State on the offense. Operating out of a shotgun. Quarterback sending it to snapback survey the field. Looking to fire that with 7-6. 32.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
A great play. By Kevin Powell in as well.
The unquestioned leader of the Tuskegee University defense, number 51, Kelvin Powell, just stopped the running back, number 21, Kennard Williams, in his tracks. And now we have 3rd down and inches instead of a 1st down for Alabama State. They run a counter play here.
And he stopped.
No, sir. No, sir. He actually lost the yard.
He lost the yard. The goal was flag and stacked him up and put him down the field. Sullivan's 1st down on a 3rd and 1. Forcing Alabama State to make an early decision.
He's going to send his punting unit out. No doubt. No doubt about it. Saw Coach Cole, Coach L.C. Cole for Alabama State, who's done a tremendous job with this team this season, leading them to a 6-4 record. He looked directly at his punter and said, we didn't make it. We're back deep. Let's go ahead and see what our defense can do. Pretty much a chilly day, probably the coldest day besides last week that Tuskegee's played all year long, and not many players have sleeves.
And now time is being called by the referee as play is stopped. Maybe too much time on the part of Alabama State. Let's see. Yes, getting ready to mark off 5 yards for delay of game.
And that will all but completely eliminate any situation of a fake punt. As far as the run goes, maybe they want to run a fake punt, a run up the middle there with 4th and inches, but now 4th down and 7. They're going to go ahead and it'll definitely be a kick to the electric Jeffrey Stanton.
Yes. The kick is...
It's blocked!
It's blocked, but the punter got his ball back. He got it back.
Not a chance. He fumbles.
He fumbles. And Tuskegee recovered. Tuskegee recovered on another back cut. The second one of the game in the goal time. Come up big in the special teams. They're looking looming large today.
This time it was number 18, Benjamin Bynum, getting in there, and he actually had passed the punter, just kind of put his left hand back there and said, let me take a swipe at it. He got it and went right back to the punter, who never had a chance of getting that 1st down.
Penetration on the part of the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee now has the football 29 yards away. And Alabama State defense scrambling in a hurry here.
Usually when Aaron James audibles, it means he's going to run a running play.
It is a running play, but it's stacked up for very short yardage. Zachary on the carry. Zachary on the carry for the Golden Tigers. Stacked up by the state defense. 2nd and 9, gain 1 yard. With an extra opportunity to play more ground between Alabama State holding from the score.
I felt that at halftime, not scoring there on the goal line was going to hurt them, but it seems that they've been afforded another opportunity here, granted the ball deep in Alabama State territory, to take a 2-touchdown lead, which I think is just key here in this close game.
2nd and 9. Quarterback now. It's another flag. I hope it's not the time.
That's what it is.
Maybe. May not have got the play off in time. Yeah, they're moving it back 5 yards, looks like. Tuskegee being called for the layup game. Second and 13. Second and 13. Second and 13. 31-yard line. They need time to open up. That looks like what the Golden Tigers intend to do. Quarterback James comes out in a shotgun formation. The team split out.
Man coverage on the near side. Kylan Kimball.
James fakes it. He fires down the middle. The pass is called. It's dropped. The pass looked like it was preliminary there. Then caught for a touchdown. But it was dropped in the end zone by number 85 for the wide receiver of the Golden Tigers.
Gary Curry.
Gary Curry. I'll make that pass. Beautifully thrown by quarterback James. And had he got it in, would have scored a touchdown. It is now 3rd down and 13 yards to go. As the Golden Tigers came so close. We get another. I do see a flag as well. Referee went to pick the flag up now. I don't know what the flag is. Like
Holding.
Holding Golden Tigers, so it would not have counted in any regard.
Interesting. Interesting.
He called holding. Officials have called holding.
It's very interesting. I heard Jimmy just say that we should go ahead and do it again, and there's no doubt if you're having success with it, these corners obviously have a problem with these streak patterns. They tell me that some of these corners are converted running backs. They are going back up top. Ned Stewart.
Quarterback James threw a beautiful pass. Stewart dropped it. Coming across the middle, would have been inside the red zone for the 1st down, but it was dropped.
Ned Stewart, a freshman out of Carver High School. Seems like James Woody took number 85, Gary Curry, out of the game after he dropped the football. Inserted Ned Stewart into the game. In that situation, I guess you're kind of reprimanding Curry for dropping the football, but it seems like if Curry's been in there all day long, then maybe that's who you want to go with. He is back in the game now as Tuskegee goes to a 3 wide receiver formation.
Going on 4th down, Hughes Gamble, quarterback James fires, and the pass is just overthrown.
That was 3rd down, John.
3rd?
Yes.
Okay. Right, because of the penalty. Okay. 4th down. Now it's 4th down. Corrected.
Maybe out of field goal range there. Will be out of 57 or 58 yarder. So they'll decide to punt and see if they can pin Alabama State. And it's the 2nd time in a row Tuskegee has not been able to capitalize on turnovers deep in Alabama State territory.
That is correct. The Golden Tigers were not able to capitalize on that block punt that time. State defense forced the punt. Tuskegee forced the punt from it.
It's high. That may be good.
Maybe a good one. They send a
great punt.
Fair catch call by Alabama State and gathered in about the 14-yard line, where the Golden Tigers have pinned them in well. Alabama State will take over 1st and 10. It's on 14-yard line.
All year long, Tuskegee University has done it with defense and with a 7-point leader in the 2nd half. Do not think that number 51, Kelvin Powell, Teresius McCall, number 49, and the rest of this defense does not take pride and do not think they don't believe that 7-point lead should be enough to win this football game.
Probably will not be enough. You're exactly right. And therefore, every possession becomes huge. 11:25 left in quarter number 3. Tuskegee still up. 21-14. Quarterback Kennedy looking over that Tuskegee defense. He goes to his running back flips a tackle or two, and falls down around the 19-yard line.
That was a very interesting play for Alabama State to run. They did pick up 4 yards on it, so it was successful. But they're running the football a lot more than you would expect. Halftime.
All to the 19-yard line. Got it.
He did.
Second tag is back.
Try.
The Golden Tigers, number 96 and 99. Put him down on the ground. He takes some of the
Try it. Number 96 for Tuskegee University is Damon Tolson out of Washington, D.C. and he has been a tremendous addition. Remember, he missed the early part of the season because of a death in the family, but ever since he has come on, he has really dominated the right side of that line. And with Damon Tolson on one side of the line and Teresis McCall on the other, you really have a force as far as pass rush is concerned. They're going to go after
3rd and 13.
Darnell Kennedy again.
3rd and 13. There's his traditional rollout. He's buying time.
That's
firing downfield. The pass is incomplete. It's incomplete. Good coverage. Good coverage.
Excellent. I'm going to give him credit. Excellent no call there by the official.
No call.
Excellent no call.
Thank you, Lord.